In microbiology, even a 1 millimeter sound can change a patient's life. Antibiotic sensitivity testing is not just a routine, it's a responsibility. Today, we are diving into the real heart of antibiotic sensitivity testing. How to select the right antibiotics, how to read your sounds confidently, and the common mistakes many technicians still make. And yes, I'm Sneha. Let's turn the complex topic into simple, understandable magic. Let me give an overall idea of antibiotic sensitivity test. The antibiotic sensitivity is the ability of a bacteria to get inhibited or killed by a specific antibiotic. In simple words, it tells us which antibiotic will work and which will fail for a patient's infection. Each organism behaves differently. Some respond beautifully to antibiotics and are categorized as sensitive, and some respond partially, which comes under the intermediate category, and some completely refuse to respond and are categorized as resistant. This is why we perform antibiotic sensitivity tests to guide the clinicians with the most accurate, life-saving treatment. Let's jump into the selection of antibiotic disc. The antibiotic discs are selected based on the specimen type and based on the organism. In case of specimen type, if the specimen is urine, nitrofurantoin, norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, amikacin and cotrimazole discs are usually preferred. In case of blood sample, vancomycin, linezolid, meropenem and piperacillin, tazobactam are commonly used. Cefoxitin for MRSA screening, clindamycin, gentamicin and ciprofloxacin are preferred for pus or wound samples. In case of sputum samples, amoxiclav, levofloxacin and ceftriaxone are usually preferred. Moving to the organism type, in case of gram-negative growths, carbapenem, piperacillin, tazobactam and aminoglycosides are used. In gram-positive cocci, cefoxitin, penicillin, vancomycin and linezolid drugs are commonly preferred. While performing the antibiotic sensitivity, follow the CLSI guidelines. Always pick the antibiotics appropriate for current year guidelines. Avoid repeating the same class of drugs. For example, ceftriaxone and cefotaxime comes under the same generation. Thus, putting the two types of drugs have no benefit. Let's move to the process of performing antibiotic sensitivity test. Prepare the bacterial suspension. Use Mueller Hinton Agar with a depth of 4 mm. Swab the plates in 3 directions and also ensure the lawn culture. Place the disc using sterile forceps or disc dispenser. Always keep in mind that the disc should be 24 mm apart. Incubate the plates at 37 degrees Celsius for 16 to 18 hours. Measure the sound size. These are the ideas that comes under the performing of antibiotic sensitivity test. Following to the reading sound size of the antibiotics. Use a dark background. Read from backside of the plate for clarity. Measure the diameter using scale or calipers. Do not include swarming protease tails. Compare with CLSI breakpoints, sensitive, intermediate and resistant. Give a look at the imipenem disc showing a 26 mm zone. CLSI tells us that any zone is greater than or equal to 23 mm is susceptible. So, this isolate is imipenem susceptible, meaning the organism will respond well to carbapenem therapy. Let's move to the common mistakes in antibiotic sensitivity test. The wrong inoculum density. It can be heavy or too light density, which leads to false positive. Always standardize the bacterial suspension. Using the expired antibiotics, this leads to weak potency of drugs and can result in false resistance. The improper lawn culture is another common mistake. The patchy or uneven growth is noticed in the plates, so always remember to swab in 3 directions. Incubating the plates at wrong temperature and wrong time, which leads to incorrect zone interpretation. Using the thick or thin agar, the thick agar gives smaller sound size and the thin agar gives larger sound size, so always be clarity with the agar. Placing the antibiotic disc too close, this leads to overlapping of sounds and gives false positive. Never touch the disc with fingers, this can lead to contamination. Reading sound where faint growth is noticed, so always read the disc which have correct, clear, visible edge growth. And that's how we make antibiotics speak the truth. Because every zone of inhibition isn't just a circle, it's a clue that saves a life. That's all my buddies. If you found this video useful, do like, share and subscribe, and let's keep learning and growing together in microbiology by Medical Guruji. Thank you and bye-bye.